Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida L076508, Georgia 69178, Idaho MLO 208023796, Illinois 031.0058339, Missouri, North Carolina I210940, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.
All right. Well, welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux. I am the Mortgage Mom, and you are watching the Mortgage Mom Radio show. If you guys are listening on radio Saturday or Sunday based on your favorite station across the nation, well, in order to do this with us live, you have to actually watch me do it live. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and we are streaming the show. We are answering questions, and we're taking them directly from you, the listeners. So in order to be part of the show during the week when we go live, the best thing that you can do is text the word MOM to 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. You will get one text message a week. I promise I will not spam you beyond that, but you will know when we are going live so that you can click on the link and join in on the show. If you are subscribed to the Mortgage Mom Radio channel on YouTube, you will be able to put your comments into the feed. I will be able to see them, read them out loud, and answer those questions for you. It is a great show when everybody participates. They jump on, they ask their questions, because that way I am answering the questions that people want to know. I am answering the questions about today's most relevant, stories and things that you're hearing and questions that you have. And chances are, whatever those questions are that you have, there are many, many more who have the same questions, but either they don't know how to jump on and join, or maybe they're a little bit scared or not quite ready to be part of the conversation. So you are helping everybody by asking those questions from me. So we want to make sure that you guys are doing this, that you're participating, that you're interactive, that you are part of the show. That is what makes this show so great. So again, the best thing to do is text the word MOM to 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. If you want to watch past shows, if you like to listen to past shows, if you want to call our office, you want to send me an email, you want to go to a website, everywhere you look, it is Mortgage Mom Radio. You can find this show on podcast if that's your thing. You can check out the website at mortgagemomradio.com. Just don't forget the radio. I am the trademarked Mortgage Mom, and it is Mortgage Mom Radio. You will find us everywhere. So I do want to jump on. It says Fluffy Duckling is on. She says, hi, Debbie. Diane Sears jumps in, says, hi there. It looks like Espolen Locos, and I'm so sorry if I said that wrong, but he says, hi, we love the show. You're so hot. Hey, I love that. I will take that any day. It's been a rough couple of months for us here in the mortgage business and real estate world, and things have slowed down a bit. So it is nice to hear something like that to keep the smile on my face. So thank you so much, Polen Locos. I think I said it right. So eBay is the way to freedom, says hello all. We've got Nora Juarez on. She says, hi, love it. So Nora, thank you so much for joining. eBay for joining. Guys, the show today is all Q&A. I want you guys to ask your questions. I'm going to read them out loud and I'm going to answer them for you. There is no particular subject. There is no particular anything that is off the table that you cannot ask. It is all open for everybody to go ahead and just start shooting it at me, and I'm going to read those and answer those questions. And this is about everything, all things real estate and mortgage. So whether you're buying a home, selling a home, moving out of state, trying to get cash out of your property, trying to refinance the home. You need to buy another person out. You want to know about equity lines, equity loans, refinance, as far as doing maybe a reverse mortgage. Reverse mortgage can actually be done in both a refinance and also a purchase. A lot of people don't know that you can buy a home using or utilizing a reverse mortgage. Whatever those questions are that you have, you want to talk about interest rates, where do I think things are going? Should you buy today? All topics are out and ready, and I will answer any questions that you have. So please do not hesitate. Jump on in and start asking those questions. Again, this is interactive, and I want you guys to participate. I have Karen jumped on. This is my mother-in-law, and she says, "Hi, love you, the show, and all the great info you share. Hair looks awesome." Thank you, Karen. I love you too, and I really dug the hair today. I was excited about it. I thought she did a great job. So it's a little change up from the huge. So thank you very much. We've got Diane says, do you do reverse? So Diane, that's a great question. And yes, we do. We do offer reverse financing. Reverse financing is for somebody who is 62 years. It's usually, I believe, 62 and a half years of age and older. That is, if you, everybody who will be living in the home and on the title of the home and on the loan has to be 62 and a half or older. And so that is if you are married, if you are a husband and you are a wife, we're going to look at both of you, and whoever is younger has to hit that age. And reverse mortgages are based on your age and what they feel or they believe that the life expectancy to be is based on your age. So the older that you are, the higher the loan to value or the higher the amount of loan balance you can have to the value of your property, because you have to remember a reverse mortgage, on many of them, there isn't a monthly payment being made. And so your balance is actually going backwards in reverse rather than being paid down and moving forward. So, the longer that your life expectancy is, the higher that balance can get, which can then become, risk to the bank. So they're going to lower the amount of financing that is available the younger that you are. But if you want to know more about reverse mortgage, we are happy to answer those questions. And the best thing to do is to call our office and talk to us directly. You can get on my calendar or any of the girls' calendars, and they can talk to you about reverse mortgage and how that works. And as I mentioned before, you can do those reverse mortgages both as a purchase and as a refinance. So fantastic question, Diane. Thank you so much. Okay, so Diane says, please share how a person could purchase a new home with a reverse mortgage financing. So, okay, we're on reverse today. I like it. We're going to keep going that way. So when you buy a home, just like you would do a normal loan, you've got a down payment that you'll put on the property. And so I'm going to throw out just some really kind of simple numbers that we can all follow along easily. Let's say you buy a home for $500,000 and you are going to put down $250,000. You're going to put down 50% of the house into the mortgage. You would get, on a normal person, would get a normal $250,000 loan, and it would be amortized over 15, 20, 30 years. And we're going to figure out your monthly payment to get that balance paid off. So when you do a purchase, it's going to be very much the same. The amount of down payment will be determined based on your age, but you would put down the amount that you have to. So let's say 50% is the amount that you need as a down payment. You would put that money down. You would get a loan from the bank for the other $250,000, which is going to pay off the seller. And now your reverse mortgage is going to start rolling backwards instead of forward. So every month that you carry that reverse mortgage, you're going to owe a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. But the opportunity is there to do a reverse mortgage on a purchase just as well as a refinance. So I know that you actually jumped in. I saw really quick you put in there and said, I answered your question, but that gets a little bit more detailed for people who have been thinking reverse mortgage. I actually really like the product. I think it is fantastic, especially for somebody who is going to utilize their property as their main source of retirement. So, if you've got other ways to make payments, you've got pensions and Social Security and, retirement income that you don't need to do a reverse mortgage, then obviously you want to keep your assets intact. But if that is your form of retirement, that is what you have that is going to be your vehicle to continue to keep your lifestyle the same as what you're used to, a reverse mortgage is absolutely a great opportunity. So again, anybody that's over the age of 62 and a half and older and thinking maybe this reverse mortgage thing might be a good idea, just give us a call. You can reach us at the office. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. So same number that you're going to text mom, and that way you guys can be part of the show and you guys can ask your questions just like everybody is jumping in today. It's the only way to get interactive with us and not miss a beat. So text the word mom, same exact phone number, to 844-935-3634. And if you love podcasts, you want to check out our website, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything is Mortgage Mom Radio. So just don't forget the radio and you will find us. My TikTok channel is actually kind of starting to build. I've been trying to do just small, quick tips on mortgage advice on the TikTok channel, and I put up about 3 or 4 of those a week. I put up our featured listings that we have been making and promoting for some great properties around the country, around the nation that we really love. So definitely, if you guys have a TikTok account, check us out there and follow us. That'd be awesome. All right, so Manny, I'm going to have you scroll up a little bit because I think I missed a couple of questions. So keep going. Okay, so stop there. I've got Pink and Paid says, hi, yes, love the hair. Pink and Paid, you are amazing. I just want to give a little shout out to Michaela Hill. She is my hair and makeup lady. She always just does such a wonderful job. If you guys are in any need or anybody that you know around the LA area that needs to get some hair and makeup done, she's fantastic. Reach out to me. I'd be happy to pass her information along to you. Red Muffs jumps on, says, what exactly has to happen in the world and or country in order for interest rates to come down? What is the remedy if there is nothing we can do as taxpayers, etc.? So that's actually a little bit more I'm going to say on the level of probably not okay for me to talk about on radio. And this show, you guys are watching me do it live. You're getting me, you're getting to watch it, see it happen. And then I take this sound and I send it over to radio for the shows that go out on Saturdays and Sundays. And so that is going to get a little bit too, I don't really want to get too far into the politics of what needs to happen. That's not, I definitely want the show to stay on radio. But at the end of the day, in order for them to bring down interest rates from the way that they explain it, is that we need to get inflation under control. And right now they're bringing up the interest rates to try to bring inflation down in order to get to a level where they can then stabilize, level off, and start to bring those interest rates back down again. So that is the very PC answer. I'm not going to get any more detailed into that, but do I particularly think that we're going to see interest rates drop anytime soon? And that's a negative. I don't. Do I think that we're going to see interest rates continue to go up? Yes, I do. I do think that we're going to see interest rates continue to climb for a little while longer. And then I do believe that things will level off and things will start after leveling off for quite some time. Then I think that we'll start to see them come back down. I do not think that we're going to ever see interest rates in the 2s and 3% again, like we did. That was a pandemic. That was something that was, not ever heard of. I just don't see us rolling into another one anytime soon. I don't have a crystal ball. I guess it could happen. But I do think that, normal interest rates, if I had to put my finger on it after doing this for, the last 28 years, I would say that we're going to probably see interest rates maybe eventually come back down, to be into the 5 range, probably 5.5, 5.75, 5.25. I do think that we'll eventually get there, but I don't personally think we're going to see that happen until probably sometime in 2024. So I think we're going to feel a little bit of pain moving forward over the next probably 12 months or so, maybe 6 months that they keep raising them, level them off for a bit. Maybe about a year from now, we might start to see interest rates come down. But as soon as rates start to come down, guys, we're going to start to see property values increase again. And then they're going to keep going. So another show, another day, but hopefully I answered that for you, Red Muffs, in a way that is acceptable to everybody to understand and keeps me and my butt out of trouble on the radio. So, all right, here we go. Next question. David says, hi, Debbie. I've only ever lived in a mobile home in a park. Do I still qualify as a new home buyer? So, David, that is a great, great question, actually, and this comes up quite often. So, you are considered a first-time buyer if you have never held property, real property. And so that is a big question mark around mobile homes. Many times mobile homes are personal property. They are not considered real property. You are leasing the land that your unit or your home sits on, and that home hasn't had the work done to take that property and actually permanently fix it to the foundation. Now, if it has been permanently fixed to the foundation and you get a property tax bill from the county, even if it is for $1,000 or $1,500 a year, even if it's $500 or $200 for the year, then they are considering that to be real property. So the question is have you had your HUD tags done, or do you still have DMV plates? And that is basically probably the easiest way to explain that. But there's a good chance that you are still considered a first-time buyer, and there's a very good chance that you are not. If you have a question and you are wondering and you want us to pull up the information for you and tell you what your answer is, all you have to do is give us a call, send me an email, go to the website, hit the contact us. However you want to get in touch is totally fine, but we'd be more than happy to look up you, the property itself. Obviously, I can't look up you and your information, but I can look up your property address, and I can tell you if you are currently being taxed as real property, and with that would give you your answer of yes or no. Are you still considered a first-time buyer? So I hope that one helps you. I love these questions today. They are so different than what I usually do. My shows are always on a particular subject that I think is really important to bring to you guys each week, something that's happening, in the news or people are talking about. And I love that I am getting different questions today and things that I've actually probably never answered before. So keep them coming, you guys. I love this. We're going to be on here for at least another 30, 40 minutes to get our 1-hour show done. I'm going to take a quick break. I mean, I'm talking like 2 minutes. So just stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. When we get back, Fluffy Duckling has a question for me. I can see another comment from Karen, and then it keeps going down from there that I just can't read yet. So don't go anywhere. I am going to stay on here until I read every question and everybody gets an answer. So we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Carrie Young with Mortgage Mom Radio. Do you dream of moving to another state but don't know where to begin? Let us help. My team and I are licensed in multiple states. We can prepare you to buy before you make the big move. We also have numerous referral sources. Having recently made a big move myself, let us help you prepare to make your dreams a reality. Give us a call. That number is 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND-FOR-YOU. That's WELEND and the number 4. Or visit our website. That's mortgagemomradio.com.
Hi, this is Debbie Marcoux, host of the Mortgage Mom Radio Show. I don't know if you've heard about it, but rents are skyrocketing. Do you rent right now? Are you a tenant? Well, chances are, if you haven't felt that pinch yet, it's coming. Think about when your contract is up and start thinking about what your landlord might do. You may even want to call your landlord to find out if they plan to increase your rents. It is happening all over the nation, and the last statistics show that we can see a 15% increase from 2021 to 2022. Give us a call. Let's stop the bleeding. Let's get you into a home. Let's lock in a monthly payment that will never change. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. Or head on over to our website to mortgagemomradio.com.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida L076508, Georgia 69178, Idaho MLO 208023796, Illinois 031.0058339, Missouri, North Carolina I210940, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's a mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.
All right, and we are back. Welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux. I am the Mortgage Mom, and I am bringing you guys everything that you need to know about all things real estate and mortgage. So we are answering questions today. The show is all Q&A. You ask, I answer. So I am not going to do anything to one particular subject. I want you guys to just ask away. So the next question that I have before break, I had a whole bunch come in, so I'm just going to keep moving down all of the questions in the comments. So the next question that I have is from Fluffy Duckling. It says, I am looking at a HELOC, so a home equity line of credit. I have also heard the word HELOAN. What is the difference and which one is better? So a HELOAN is a fixed rate loan. A home equity line of credit is an adjustable line of credit. The difference being a second mortgage, both are second mortgages. They are both liens against your property in second position if you have a first mortgage currently. There is an opportunity to have a home equity line or a home equity loan as a first position, but that would be somebody who does not have a mortgage currently. So most of the time they are a second mortgage or in second lien position. A home equity line of credit is a lot like a credit card. You have an open available line of credit and you can borrow against it and pay it back, borrow against it and pay it back, and you only pay on the balance that you owe. The monthly payment is interest only. So that means that the payment that you make will not pay the balance down on your mortgage, not even $1, unless you pay more towards that payment every month. And it is an adjustable rate. So as the Federal Reserve increases the prime rates, the interest rate on an equity line of credit will also continue to go up, and you will pay more in interest over time as they continue to raise the rates. A home equity loan is very much like a mortgage or a car loan, where you are going to set up a particular amount of money over a particular amount of time at a particular interest rate, and the monthly payment that you are going to make every single time you make a payment, it will pay down the balance on the money that you owe. And it's basically just a second loan. So that's the basic understanding of an equity line and an equity loan. But again, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to give us a call at the office. We are answering the phones. We will take your questions. We will answer them for you. We will figure out if one is better for you over another, which option is your best option, and we will make sure that we get you headed in the right direction. So thank you so much, Fluffy Duckling. That was a great question. So Mikey, go ahead and move the comments down a bit so I can still see things. So Karen says, that answers my question. So you're very welcome. Roger says, I hear, so this is Roger Owens with, he's a real estate agent out in Las Vegas. And he says, I hear it may not be to a buyer's advantage to offer $10,000 less, only saving a small amount in payments, where a 2-1 buy down using a seller credit would be more helpful to the payments. What do you think? So, and then actually, I'm just going to say really quick, Roger says, yes, your hair does look great. So Roger, thank you so much again. A smile on my face. I'll take it today. I will take it today. So honestly, Roger, I agree with your, with what you've heard and what your comment was or your question was. I do believe that buying your interest rate down for the first year or two is a significantly different amount of savings over just lowering the actual price on the home. So if you're going to pay, get rid of $10,000 worth of interest by buying the rate down, that is going to actually be quite a bit different as far as the savings go. It's not something that I can do here in studio and actually show you guys the difference in the numbers and run the calculation, but it is definitely better for a buyer to get a lower interest rate with a seller credit than it is for just a lower price on the home. So if you're coming into a property where you are paying cash for the property, obviously you want to try to get the lowest price that you can get on the house. But the majority of the nation are getting mortgages when they do purchase a home. And, the difference in the interest that you will pay between 5% and 6% and 6% and 7% is a pretty big chunk over a 12 or a 24-month term. So definitely something that we can run those calculations. I want to make sure, because you brought that up, Roger, I think that it was a great question. I did my show last week on buy downs and what buy downs are. And I did say that through the month of October that Mortgage Mom Radio, we are here to stand behind our listeners and everybody who is trying to survive this economy just the way that we are. So for any seller who is on the market right now that wants to forward a buyer interested in their home to Mortgage Mom Radio to do the financing, we are willing to buy down the interest rate for the first year on that seller's behalf. If you are a buyer and you are going out and you are looking at homes and you are trying to find a property, we are willing to buy down that buyer's interest rate for the first year. And we will do that on behalf of Mortgage Mom Radio. So if you are a buyer or you are a seller and you are interested in the buy down program, how it might help you to get your home sold, how it might help you to purchase a home a little bit more affordably for the first year, give us a call, talk to Mortgage Mom Radio. Let us take you through how that works. Let us go through the numbers with you. And again, we're trying to do anything at all that we can do to help our real estate partners, help our sellers, help our buyers, help everybody that is looking to get into something right now while we've got, these artificially high interest rates for a bit. So call Mortgage Mom. That's all I can say. Call Mortgage Mom. Mortgage Mom to the rescue. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844. We lend for you. WELEND and the number 4. Give us a call, get on the calendar, get your phone consultation, talk to us. We'll explain how it works, and let's help you either get into your property or your property sold. Roger, thank you. Again, that was a great question. I love it. Diane says reverse mortgage is a great product. Diane, you are absolutely right. I do believe that it is a really, really great fit for a lot of people out there. I think it has a really bad tarnished name on it because maybe in the past, it wasn't the greatest of programs, and they've done a lot of regulations since the great financial crisis in what they call as '08. But since that time, there's been a lot of regulations to the program. It really is a great program, and it really does help or could help a lot of people who maybe haven't looked into it, haven't thought about it, or maybe they're a little bit worried or scared of it. So you're absolutely right, Diane. I agree with you. Karen says, does solar add to the value of the home? So that's a great question. We have a lot of people that ask that question over the different years. And so solar, if my house is on the market and my neighbor's house is the exact same model match, we're living in a cookie cutter community, and I have solar and the other house doesn't, that could be very, very appealing to a buyer in helping me get my home sold over the other person's home. If my solar is owned free and clear, it is not on a lease, there isn't a monthly payment that a new buyer would have to take over. It's going to give me a little bit of equity, sure, but it's not going to be dollar for dollar for what you put into it to get it. It may not necessarily get you over the price of, so if the last home that sold in the area sold for 500, and I love that number because it's just an easy number. I think it's a good solid number to use. But the last home that sold in your neighborhood was 500,000, and it was a model match, and it didn't have solar, you might maybe get 510, maybe for your property. So you're not going to get dollar for dollar. It's going to be very much like a pool. It makes your home more desirable. You will get a little bit more for it. It's definitely more attractive to a buyer. Are you going to get dollar for dollar? You're not. And as that goes with all upgrades, you guys, anything that you put into your home, you paint, you landscape, you redo your kitchen, you put in all new appliances, you put on a brand new roof. Yes, it's going to make your home more attractive. Yes, it's going to go for more money than that fixer-upper down the street. But are you going to get dollar for dollar out of your improvements? You're not. So, if you have questions about what might my home be worth, I've been thinking about selling my home. Listen to me. I can't say this enough times. This show is on YouTube. We're working across the nation. I'm licensed, me personally, in 13 different states. We've got real estate agents that we work with across the country. If you're thinking about buying or selling and you want an opinion about anything, give us a call. We're going to talk to you, figure out where you're going, figure out who you need to go to next, and we're going to get you put in the right direction. We're going to get the answers made. So if you need to know what your home is worth and how much might it sell for, and you've got solar and you've got a pool and you've done upgrades, you have to call us and you have to ask us those questions, and then we're going to get you put in contact with a real estate agent that does a lot of business, who we've done business with, who we feel confidence and trust in, and they're going to be able to give you their opinion of your home. And that's obviously at no cost to you. They're doing that as help for us. And for us, we're not getting paid to refer you out to anybody. They're helping us because we help them. And so that's what this business is all about, making sure that we're taking care of you. We're getting you over to the right people. And obviously when they have referrals for us, they're sending their referrals to us because we're taking care of them the way that they would want their clients taken care of, and vice versa. So please reach out to us, talk to us, and let us help get you moving in the right direction. Great question, Karen. I love it. eBay says, if I purchase a house in a month and have a 6% interest rate, would I be able to refinance later next year when rates go down? How long do I have to wait until I can do it? So that's actually a great question. The screen name is eBay is the way to freedom. I love that. I think that's amazing. Yes. So number one, you can always refinance. So if you purchase your home and you get an interest rate today of 6%, which by the way, guys, we're not at 6% today. I'm just going to throw that out there. We are probably closer to 7% in a conventional loan. If anybody's talking to you about 4s and 5s, they are definitely not talking to you about a normal 30-year fixed rate. They're probably talking to you about an adjustable, a 15-year, a 20-year. There's all sorts of different loan programs that are out there, but a standard Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, 30-year fixed, conventional rate mortgage, not paying any points, we're approaching 7%, if not already there. And it depends on the property type and your credit score. If you've got everything, the best of all worlds, a big down payment, fantastic credit score, a single family property, not units, not a condo, you might be in the high 6s right now, 6.625, 6.75, without buying anything down. So obviously every commercial that you see and you hear will be talking about interest rates, paying points. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there to you guys. eBay's talking about 6% rate. So let's actually back it up and let's back the truck up, beep, beep, beep. Let's really start at 7%. So if I get into a mortgage right now and their interest rate is 7%, can I refinance if interest rates drop? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can, as long as you don't incur any extra debt. So what does that mean? What are things that could change that might keep you from being able to do a refinance down the road if you were to purchase a home today at the higher interest rates today? So number one, as long as your qualifications don't change, so your income remains the same, or better, right? So you've got a job today, you get a raise, you get offered a new job at a new company, but it's for a higher amount. If you keep your same job that you've been at and your income stays exactly the same, so your income stays the same, your monthly debts stay the same. You don't go and rack up a bunch of credit cards because you decided to buy out brand new furniture for the house. You don't start taking out personal loans to renovate the kitchen. So as long as everything remains relatively the same, income, credit, debts, if you could buy and you could get a loan to buy, you should not have any problem doing a refinance. So yes, the answer is yes. Now, what are some situations that might not be possible? What would be a situation that you could call me and I could say, My gosh, I'm so sorry, Jenny, but I can't get you into a refinance right now. You're going to have to stick with what you've got. So many of you have heard of down payment assistance. You want to take advantage of it. I want you guys to keep in mind that the majority, 99% of those down payment assistance programs are going to, number one, if it's a grant, require that you cannot refinance or sell the property within a particular amount of time, or you have to pay back what you took, what they granted you. Many times, if it is not a grant, it is a loan. So now you have your first mortgage loan, but you also additionally have an extra loan that, again, may not be, forgiven. Sometimes they will be forgiven after a certain amount of years, or has to be paid back. So if you owe more on the house than what it is worth, we are not going to be able to do that refinance. But if you buy the home for $500,000 and you put 5% down, and your income stays the same, and your credit stays the same, and your debts stay the same, and interest rates happen to drop from 7% to 5%, let me tell you, 95% loan to value rate and term, not trying to take any cash out of your house, we can do that refinance all day long. So yes, you can absolutely refinance later if interest rates drop. I hope that answered the question. And again, this is a Q&A show. I want you guys to be putting those questions into the feed, and I'm going to continue to read them and answer them out loud for you. So with that, we're going to take a super fast break. And when we get back, I'm just going to keep rolling. So keep those questions coming. We'll be right back.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.
Here we go. Home buyer education. You guys are looking at the very first screen that is in my PowerPoint presented by Mortgage Mom Radio. You've got my name, you've got my licensing. That's all very important, because it is important to know that the person that you are working with is a licensed agent or a licensed loan officer in your area where you're looking. That is very, very important. I do recommend that you have somebody with state licensing for your state. So for example, I personally have 13 state licenses. I'm working on 3 more, so I should have about 16 state licenses by the end of this year. And many loan officers will only have 1 license for the state in which they work and they live. So you do want to make sure that you are working with somebody who is licensed in your state. It is very important. Every state is a little bit different. The rules, everything that goes along with the financing can be slightly different from county to state to city. So that is very important. Now, the cool thing about Mortgage Mom Radio, since we are licensed, or I am licensed in so many states, we can actually work with you not no matter what, but for a good amount of the nation, a good amount of the country, we can work with you. So we have many clients who have called us and said, try to figure out where I want to go. I might want to be in Texas. I might want to be in Florida. We can help him in both of those journeys. Tennessee, Georgia. If you guys want to have a list of every state that we can help you in, please feel free to reach out. I'd be more than happy to give that to you.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida L076508, Georgia 69178, Idaho MLO 20802379226, Illinois 031.0058339, Missouri, North Carolina I210940, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
All right, so welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux, and I am the Mortgage Mom, and I am bringing you guys all of the questions. Well, I'm not bringing you guys the questions. You're bringing me the questions. I'm bringing you all the answers that you guys are looking for the questions that you have, and we're going to continue to do that throughout the hour. Again, I want to remind everybody that this is an interactive show. I want you guys to ask your questions because there's a great chance that somebody else is thinking the same question and they're just a little too shy to ask. If you want to be part of the show, you want to get interactive, and you are listening by radio on Saturday or Sunday, you guys have to do it with us live. And in order to do that, you've got to follow me either on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. You guys got to text the word mom to 844-935-3636. 834. That will opt you in to get one text message a week to remind you that we are live, and that way you can jump on and ask your questions. We are sending you out the link for YouTube once a week, and in order to ask your questions, you have to make sure that you have subscribed to the channel. So please make sure that you guys subscribe and click that notification bell and turn it to all so that you do know when we upload something new. So one thing I want to make sure you guys are also aware of, I mentioned it earlier in the show. I have a podcast. We've got our Instagram. We've got our TikTok. We've got our Facebook, right? We've got all that good stuff. But one thing that we've been doing is we've been doing what's called featured listings. And we've been taking real estate agents from realtors around the nation that we feel are really great to bring to you. Something, for example, that was out in Phelan, California for $450,000 that had 5 acres of flat land. You know, that's something that a USDA loan could be used on because it's rural property, and, you know, something that you might want to check out that you didn't know you could get in California. We're bringing you properties from Las Vegas. We're bringing you properties from Texas and Washington and anywhere across the nation that we feel is a really great deal. We had a property that just had the most amazing views you've ever seen before. You could literally see Catalina from a Rancho Palos Verdes property. So I want to make sure that you guys know to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we are putting up these videos on a daily basis, and it is a property that maybe you wouldn't be aware of existed, was for sale, or was an option if you weren't actually part of our channel. So do make sure that you subscribe to the channel, you click on the notification bell, you click the all, so that when we do upload something new, you get the notification. You can watch it at your own leisure. They're not hour-long shows about these listings. They're anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes long at the most, but it gives you pictures. You get to hear us talk about it. You get to find out where it's at, what are all of the cool features, and, you know, just all that great stuff. And again, if you are a real estate agent or you have your home listed for sale and you guys are finding that things are slowing down and you're not getting as many people through and you haven't sold yet, you've been on the market for a month or two, reach out to us and give us the link to your listing, and let's see if it's not maybe a property that we do want to feature here on the Mortgage Mom Radio Show and on our channel. And when we put it on our channel, it goes on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. It goes everywhere. So you're getting exposure that you wouldn't necessarily get if you weren't working with our team. So I do want to throw that out there and let you know that we are providing that service, and we'd love to continue to do that. I mean, it's really something that's very fun, but we need to get you guys all subscribed and following along and being part of the show and interactive when we do go live and during the week, and like all of our channels and be part of our social media group. So we hope that you guys do that. All right, so we're going to get back to all of these questions. We have a new question from Chief, and he says, do you think home prices or interest rates will ever come down to make it reasonable for Gen Z to buy homes? And so that's a great question. So I do think that we are going to see property values come down. They've already kind of started to. They haven't started to drop in droves. They're not going crazy. Things haven't exploded. The floor hasn't fallen out. We're just starting to see more things like what Roger mentioned earlier today, as far as, you know, being able to get some more incentives. So we're not necessarily seeing prices drop a lot, barely, if at all. What we're starting to see is sellers being willing to give some incentives. So give you some money to cover your closing costs, give you some money to buy down the interest rate to make the monthly payment more affordable. I do think that we will see interest rates come back down again, probably a year and a half or so out, probably a year. We'll probably see them maybe start to come back down again. But at that point in time, when interest rates come back down, if we do get a little back in value, if we do see property values drop a bit, then we're going to see property values go right back up okay, so think about it this way. All right, this is the best way to explain it. So property values go up, property values come down. It's a cyclical cycle. It goes around in a big circle, right? And as we go through life, we go up, we come down, and the next time we go up even further, and then we come back down, and then we go up even further, and then we come back down. So do I think that you're going to ever get the opportunity to buy a house at the same price that I bought a house? No, I don't. I don't think that's not going to happen. But I do think that there are going to be points of affordability where it would be easier for you to refinance to get into a better monthly payment. So let's say that you buy a home today and the interest rate is at today's prices and the interest rate is at today's interest rates, and then property values drop. You could always refinance to take advantage of that lower interest rate to make the home more affordable. You could be waiting. You could be putting yourself on hold and saying, well, I'm not going to buy something until, interest rates come down. What you're doing at that point is not a good idea. Because when interest rates come down, just like what we saw over the last couple of years when things went crazy, the demand becomes more and people start shopping for homes and more people are out trying to get homes. And you're going to start seeing the bidding and the wars and all of that happening again. And we're going to see any small amount of depreciation that has happened, we're going to see escalate and very, very quickly, and property values go right back up again. So you see, if interest rates come down, it's going to create demand and more homes are going to sell at higher prices. And if interest rates stay high or remain high, then property values are going to kind of come down just a little bit like they have been. You're going to get a little bit better deal. You're going to get some incentives from a seller to get their home sold. I really believe that your very best time to buy is now. Get into the home now, even if the interest rate is a little bit higher than what you wanted. Let's do a buy down like Roger talked about. We'll get the seller to pay some money to buy your rate down. Mortgage Mom Radio is going to chip in on that to try to buy that rate down, get you a nice affordable payment for the next 12 to 24 months. And when interest rates come back down again, then you're going to refinance into your permanent financing. That would really be my suggestion, Gen Zs. And I know Gen Zs, some of you guys, like I've got, Mikey, who's too young to buy a home right now. It's not really an opportunity for him to be a home buyer at this day and age. But you asked the question and I'm giving it to you honestly. Over time, property values go up. They continue to go up. Now wages go up, right? So there will be things that will happen, but here's what I would suggest. Being a mother of kids of Gen Z, and and I've even got one that might be considered a millennial, cusp of a millennial, and then I got a Gen Z. Okay. Here's my suggestion, you guys. And this is just me. This is Mortgage Mom talking from my heart. 203Bs aren't going to get your kids anything. 401ks, okay. What you can do if you have a child right now and you are concerned about whether or not homes are going to be affordable someday, you're going to be able to put them through college someday, you're going to be able to pay for a wedding someday. How do you do that? How do you make that happen when prices will just continue to go up? Even if we see a dip, again, remember I said cyclical, right? They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. But every time they go up even higher. And when they come down, they don't go down as low. And then they go up and they go up even higher. And then when they come down, they don't go down as low, right? So we are in this, think of it as a slinky, right? It's just starting at the bottom. It's just kind of moving in circles and spiraling and spiraling and spiraling, and it keeps kind of going up, right? So what is the best way that you could possibly try to help? All right, well, instead of not, okay, let's see. Let me go back. Instead of putting money into this 203B, instead of putting money into these funds, take the money and buy property. Buy an investment property. Imagine what that investment property is going to be worth. If you have a baby today, imagine what that property is going to be worth in 20 years from now. Imagine what you can do with that property in 20 years from now. Can you refinance it to get the cash out to cover their college tuition? Most certainly. Would it be a property that if they were getting married and you wanted your kid to have a home that they couldn't afford to buy property in the future, that they would be able to take over from you, that you could gift from them to them? Absolutely. Property and real estate is the way to go. Buy what you can, gobble up as much as you can, create a portfolio, If you can take cash out of your home to go buy another home, do that. If you can muscle up 5 or 10% to go buy yourself a new home and make yours the rental, do that. Grab as much real estate as you can, guys. That's just my opinion of the day. This is what you're getting from me, the mortgage mom, this week. I feel if you think about, and I want you guys to do the research, I'm not even going to throw numbers out there. Look at whatever the house is that you are living at. I don't care if you own it. I don't care if you rent it. Look it up. What was that property worth 18 years ago, 16 years ago, 12 years ago? What was it worth? However old it is of that kid that you're thinking about that you're going to start doing something, putting something together, doing some sort of fund. What was that home worth then? What is that home worth today? Could you utilize that property to get some cash out for things like a wedding, college, possibly a home for them to start their family in? Just something I want you guys to think about. It's a great thing to kind of think about what might be an opportunity for me right now today. How can I hedge against the inflation for my family? So we're going to move off of that. That was a great question though, Manny. I hope I answered it for you, Chief Manny. Hope I answered it for you. But if I didn't, keep asking. Okay, so Fluffy says, if I get a loan now and buy a house, can I refinance it in the future when rates go down? So I answered that question already, so I'm going to keep going. Yes, you can. Heather jumps on. She says, hi, everyone. There are some great questions. Keep it up. So Heather, thank you. I agree. I love this. This has been a fantastic show. I like that everybody is joining in and becoming part of the conversation. Mikey, I need you to move the screen down so I can keep reading those comments. So Red Muff says, we know that rent is 100% a sinkhole for people paying rent, meaning $2,800 in rent a month goes absolutely nowhere for the renter. That being said, how much of it is how much of a sinkhole is it for homeowners? So that's a great question. It's again, it depends on every single person that owns a home and what your income level is and what your write-off deductions give you when you are an owner. But think of it this way. You own the home. You do get the property tax deduction. You do get the mortgage interest deduction. It is your home. It is giving you a place to call yours. Nobody can tell you to move. And as long as you make your payments on time, nobody can kick you out. You get to make of it what you want. It is a security blanket and it is a financial investment into the future. So I hope that easily answers the question. I don't believe buying a home is a sinkhole in any way. Obviously, there's movies like The Money Pit, which was a fun movie back in the 80s. But you know, that's not really a normal situation. We're not usually all buying a house for dollars on the penny and then thinking that it's going to be this perfect, beautiful dream home. And you find out that you've got, hundreds of thousands of dollars of repairs. Most people know what they're buying. They're getting inspections, and the normal overall maintenance is something that we do want to budget in when we're talking about your budget and what you can afford. We do want to make sure that you're prepared for home ownership. And so that is why I do the home buyer workshops. You can find them on my YouTube channel. You can join us live for the next one that I will do at the end of this month in October. We want to make sure we prepare you for home ownership and you understand what your obligations are as a homeowner. But it is absolutely not a sinkhole. And it is the only thing that you can buy that's a tangible asset that nobody can take from you, and that you own it, and it is going to help you secure your financial future. So I hope that answers your question. Goldilocks. Ooh, I love these names today. These are awesome. Does VA still offer a loan with no money down? The answer is yes. Any VA purchase a vet can get in with zero down payment. That is the beauty of the VA loan. We do tons of VA loans every single month. We love them. They are by far my favorite loan program to do. I absolutely love to work with my vets. And if you want to know more about VA financing, please reach out. I'll give you everything that you need to know. My workshop also, if you go back to the most recent homebuyer workshop on my YouTube channel, I just did that a couple of weeks back in September. And there is an entire slide as part of the show that I go through, as part of the presentation, where I go through all of the benefits of VA lending. So definitely go back and check that out, Goldilocks. Goldilocks says, wait, did you say you could help us lower rates with a buy down if I buy a house? Yes, that is absolutely true. Buy downs will bring the interest rate down for the first couple of years, first year, first 2 years. Yes, Mortgage Mom Radio is willing to help you. You've just got to call the office, get on the calendar, talk to us, and we'll let you know exactly how that program works. But right now, through the month of October, Mortgage Mom is going to kick in to help all of us through these amazing times. We stand with our listeners, and we're going to help you buy that rate down for the first year. If you want to buy it down for 2 years, let's get the seller to give you a credit to get it bought down even further. So like I mentioned a little bit earlier in the show, if interest rates are approaching 7, your first year could be 6, or your first year could be 6, your first year could be 5, whether we do a 1-year buy down or a 2-year buy down. So let's say we do a 2-year buy down. The first year, the rate's 5. The second year, the rate is 6. And it's not till the third year that it gets to 7. So if interest rates do come back down as inflation gets under control, like most people would agree is going to happen, then we just get you refinanced when interest rates come down into a more permanent situation or solution. So yes, Goldilocks, call us, get on the calendar and talk with Mortgage Mom Radio. How do you guys do that, you ask? Okay, you call our office, you go to my website, you listen to my podcast, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you check me out on Facebook, Instagram, watch my TikToks. If you guys want to get a hold of me, it's pretty easy. Search Mortgage Mom Radio. If there is no radio at the end of it, it is not the right Mortgage Mom. There's a bunch of posers out there. I'm just going to say that right now. I am the only trademarked Mortgage Mom in the country. So mortgagemomradio.com and everywhere. TikTok, mortgage_mom_radio. On Twitter. I mean, we're everywhere, guys. If you type in Mortgage Mom Radio, you will find us. Call our office, talk to us. If we're not answering the call services and they're booking appointments, phone consultations 7 days a week, and you can get a call from me or from my team. So we definitely want to help you. Next question comes in from Joey Taylor. It says, I just heard about the loan that doesn't require proof of income. I am recently back in the job market and do not have one, let alone 2 years of proof. So yes, that is actually an amazing loan program that we just rolled out about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. If you guys had been following on our channels on especially TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, you would have actually seen me do this. If you would have subscribed to YouTube, you guys would have seen the show I did really quick. We have a brand new loan program that is for a primary residence or a second home. It is not stated income. It is literally no income. We are not qualifying you with income in any way. We are not even saying where you work. You do need to have a bigger down payment. So I have a lot of clients that have called me. They got my newsletter that saw that we had this program available, and they all wanted to know if it was something that would benefit them. If you have 3% or 5% or 10% down, this is not the program for you. This is for somebody who we are using common sense underwriting, has the assets in the bank, has the credit score required, has reserves after down payment and closing costs. We are basically approving them based on assets, right? Like common sense underwriting. They've got $500,000 in the bank. They're trying to buy a house. They're going to put down 20%. They have a 740 FICO score. They've got money left over for a rainy day when things go backwards. That's the loan program for them. So if you have 20% down and if you've got a really good credit score, that would be a program that we could absolutely talk to you about in your situation. But do remember that when we don't verify income, we're not looking at your tax returns or your W-2s, and we can't verify that you make money to make a payment. That is a riskier loan. So it is going to come with a higher interest rate. If a 30-year fixed rate mortgage today is approaching 7%, where would a program like that bring you? Probably around 8.5%, somewhere in that mark. But it gets you into a home and it gets you your property, and you can always refinance it once you have your couple of years or your 1 year, depending on your situation. Whatever it is that you might need to get that income under your belt to do that refinance, it gets you in the house, it is your property, and then we refinance you once we can verify that income into something better. So again, it's a great opportunity to get into a property short term and then fix the permanent solution at a later date. So with that, I have definitely run out of time. I'm not going to be able to answer any more questions today, But if you guys want to follow us for the featured listings, if you guys want to be part of the show on Wednesdays, you want to interact with us live, you guys have to subscribe to YouTube. If you like podcasts, listen to us there. Check out our TikTok, check out our Facebook, check out our Instagram. If you have a property that's for sale, reach out to us about how we might be able to help you with your listing. If you're a real estate agent and you want to be part of featured listings, reach out to us. We'd love to see the listing that you have. We want to help all of you to be successful during these times right now when things are rough. So that is what we're here for. We're standing behind our community. We're standing behind our real estate agents. We're standing behind everybody that is in the business. We want to see everybody buy. We want to see everybody sell. We want to see everybody get done what they need to get done. And the way that you do that is to call us first. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. I hope you guys have a fantastic one, and I'll be back next week. Talk to y'all real soon.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida L076508, Georgia 69178, Idaho MLO 208023796, Illinois 031.0058339, Missouri, North Carolina I210940, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's a mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.